Enigma short on the CL2. Alpha Omega NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega NQ on the 7. Two finger NQ on the 35. Fib dot NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Fib dot NQ on the 39. Harmonic NQ.
Welcome aboard, everyone.
Is ALGO, and why do our traders absolutely love it?
Michael Othrow.
Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. Good morning. It is Mentorship Monday. Let's see, we have a display for that. Mentorship Monday. So what does that mean? It means we're going to kind of get into the beginner stuff. We're gonna talk to the folks who just signed up over the weekend. We've got people who joined with us in the last round of 2-week free trial, and we'll make sure that you've got everything set up and kind of understand what we're doing here. I saw a question there in the chat this morning about the MACV Ultimate. Let's go and take a look at that question here. Don't forget, NQ is on the 35 range. I just locked that one in here. This morning we ran the optimization for you. That's what we do on Sunday evenings, and then we will post those for, it's a whole grid for each of the instruments. So depending on what instrument you're on, I'll be here on NQ, and that is currently the 35 for this week. So make sure you get that locked in. 35 range for the optimized range there. And then let's address this question here. So someone said, good morning. The MACV is giving us the overall market analysis to buy or sell for a particular instrument. Now there are two components. They're saying MACV. The MACV, there is the local one. So the MACV for this instrument here for the NQ, it is going to give me the sentiment that I'm going to choose a direction for that instrument, this one particularly. However, I think more importantly is the MACV Ultimate, which is going to give you the nerd direction. Speaking of the overall, this is going to be the overall. This is going to be the NASDAQ, the ES, the RTY, and the Dow. These are correlated instruments to the instruments that we're trading. And so if I'm trading NQ, I kind of want to know what his buddies are going to do and what they're currently doing. So there's the NQ in, and then we have the ES, the RTY, and the Dow, which rounds out the nerd. So when you hear me refer to this as the nerd direction, that's going to be the overall. So hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Brahma. All right. So we have a kind of a two-step filter to pick direction. I want the nerd plus the arrow. Let me jump back out one layer here and take a look at what I would do with that. So if this is my entry chart, this is my primary, I'll be pressing the buttons right here. This is my gaming pad to play the game here, and this is it. This is where my eyes mostly focus, is right here. I will glance over to the left and to the right on occasion while we're playing the video game to look at higher time frame opportunities, looking for a low time frame risk on this chart. And I want to get a power structure plus an R2FA event. R2FA is real-time order flow analysis, and we designate those with crosses and ready DD lines and delta shifts here on this chart. You can also use the audio box queuing to hear the size and speed of the orders on the tape coming in for that as well. You can hear those clacks and booms. Higher pitch clacks are going to mean we've got buyers on the tape. Lower pitch booms going to be the sellers. We just came right here into the open line here from the weekend. It is 9:04. We're still about 26 minutes from the US Open, and we're going to get through our checklist here this morning, but I did want to address the, hey, how do I simply choose a direction? Simple 2 steps. I want to look right here to see what the most recent color is. Right now on that direction filter, it is yellow on the nerd. So yellow means neutral. I don't have a current direction. Secondarily, I will look right here for the arrow. So as of right now, you see a red arrow, green, then red. So the most recent one is a red. So I will simply go, okay, I'm looking for a short. I hover my mouse over the red button, and then I wait for a play right here, like that one that came in right there. Pretty clear. That's going to be a PRZ cross short. We also had some extra crosses in there for a cluster reversal. So nice little play there at the open, although I don't like to take plays on that open line at all. So that's a nope, because you can spell open nope if you just move the N to the front. All right, nope on the open line. Another one of those things that I kind of want to avoid taking plays in that area. Our job as traders is actually more so to filter. It's easy to know when to trade. It is more the job to know when not to trade, what trades to filter. Makes sense? Well, that's our job. We're going to filter. Let's get through our checklist here this morning. And let's put the checklist here on the screen. If you type !checklist in the public chat, I'll do that right now. So in our Discord, type !checklist. This will come up there. Data feeds, got that rolling here this morning. Hardware, software. Let's make sure that for me, hotkeys, I always want to check that one when I'm on that step. Make sure my hotkeys are turned on. It is. Got my hotkeys locked in there. Going to make sure that real-time protection is turned off on a Monday, especially after a reboot over the weekend. Sometimes Windows will turn that right back on, and it did. Sure enough, see, there it is. Windows will turn real-time protection back on. No matter how many times you turn that thing off, Windows likes to turn that back on for you. So make sure I've got that off. As a video gamer, you know we don't want that real-time scanning to occur on every file that's coming through to your PC while your PC is trying to process. You don't want extra overhead to create those micro stutters and lag. That is just no fun. So we want to make sure that is off. Day of the week, we're on Monday, Mentorship Monday here, beginning of the week. Generally on a Monday, I want to think more less news typically, and more slow action, but not recently. I think that this wartime chatter, a lot of this stuff has accumulated from the weekend, and Mondays have actually been pretty violent over the last X number of weeks here. So we can't really take our typical Monday slowness into account here. If you are going through our training program and you hear me say Mondays generally slow, not a lot of scheduled news events on Mondays, so oftentimes we get a little bit less volatility than most days. That has been almost obliterated due to the Trump effect, I think. So be careful with that if you're going through our training, and that's why we kind of do this continuous training here in our live streams. Don't neglect coming and hanging out with us here, where we're doing that more updated and current information going on with the current market conditions. That's what the live streams there are also really helpful for as things adjust or we need to make changes. We've got that continuous education here along with our program. Time of day, we are 9:08. So we still got more than 20 minutes to the US Open here. News, let's check our news list. I like to use financialjuice.com. Almost every trader I know uses that site. Forex Factory is also very popular. I like the audio feed from Financial Juice personally.
Treasury Secretary Bear sent to the US consumer says help is on the way today.
Okay, so let's look at the list. 10 a.m. is the next one. We've got US orders month over month. 10 a.m. and US core durable goods revised. And another revised report coming out at 10 a.m. for US durable goods as well. So I think that trifecta there, I think 10 a.m. is going to be pretty volatile there at 10 a.m. So 30 minutes past the US Open, we'll be looking for all those to get dropped there. Then after that, 11:30 to round out the morning there. Okay, let's see. Small Business Summit later at 3 o'clock later today. Okay, so I'm going to focus here on the morning stuff. We just got 10 a.m. news that we'll want to be ready for. We just got a nice pivot turn up here. Delta shift 6.7. If you took that one, congratulations. Nice little pull there. High time frame opportunity, low time frame, risk entry
currently safe after a potential
right there.
threat alert. So again, this comes after witnesses reporting earlier that the UAE issued a potential missile threat warning. Again, the UAE now saying the situation is currently safe after a potential threat alert.
NQ on the 7.
Okay, so listening into some of that news chatter there to see if we get some volatility kicking in here. Let's go to the next item on our list here. FOMC, not today. Holidays, no holidays here for today. Earnings. I posted the earnings image last night. There were no big companies needing to worry about here on a Monday. We already checked that one. For the gears, let's see. I'm on fives. I think fives is a good one to stay on here this morning. Current speed looks good there to be on the fives, which will increase my targeting. For target 1 be 35 ticks here, 50 ticks for target 2 for my current gear on my entry chart. And volatility, we talked about that. Contract dates, we are on the 06 contract on most instruments across the board.
Been buying at 90% of Iranian energy.
And we're not really close to a contract rollover event at this time, so I don't need to worry about that. Wave ranges, I told you earlier we're on the 35 for NQ. For your wave ranges, if you are on another instrument, make sure you open up the premium chat and pull up that grid. And I'm going to bring that over here to show what that looks like. So it's Mentorship Monday. So each Monday you want to be looking for this, or on Sunday night if you're going to play the Open Sunday evening. And we want to focus on this column right here. This is the period column here. And so for me, I'm going to be trading the NQ right here. So I care about this number right here. So this is going to be 35. That tells me that for NQ, I'm going to be running the 35 range. If I was on the ES, we're on 28. As you can see, gold, 32, and so on. Those are all listed there. And we've got a video on how to change those as you are coming into the chat. If you want to go, okay, what do I do with these new ranges? Here is a video right here, optimization for the week ahead. So we've run the optimizations for you, so you'll know what the optimized range is going to be, where some of those best plays will be coming, or kind of that wave range targeting, something that's going to be 50 to 100 ticks for the targeting off of one of those charts. If a play setup shows up on that optimized range, generally I'm going to be looking for around 50 to 100 ticks for those moves. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. MACV Ultimate. That is up and on, and we already talked about that here this morning. And the speedometer currently sitting at too slow right here. For speed, we're slow. We are pre-market. And we're here on the 5s and coming right into that open line once again. Kind of came right back to it. Some activity, fluttered, and then right back to the open line. So they're sitting there kind of in that place of safety here this morning. It's going to be interesting to see how we open up there at 9:30. Audio box. Let's see. Audio box. Do I have that on? I do. Looking for the chart for that. Got my 7s. Up in the top right. I think I actually want to move that. I'm going to move that from over here. I think I'm going to put it up here at the top left for me. It's for my own layout purposes. I'm going to stick that there, and I'm going to save workspace here as I move that around. So if you do make changes to your charts, make sure you hit save workspace. Also, I would encourage you to, if you are using our default workspaces out of the box, then if you add anything or make a change, make sure you kind of rename that one. So save it as a new name, something that designates something to you. So I don't know, let's say your name is Cheryl. All right, so name it Cheryl 1080p ALGO box main, something like that. Because when we put out a release, we will override and recreate our own workspaces. So if you want whatever changes you've got to your workspace or have them to look at, you'll want to keep yours separated, as when we put out a release, we're going to replace and overwrite the defaults that come with the software. Make sense? Good deal. P&L cadence is not going to apply right now. Distractions. I can think of one thing I might need to do here right before we get to the US Open. We still have about 14 minutes to the US Open there. NinjaTrader 8 sounds. I think I've got a good set of sound there. We're at 100%. Actually, I think I'm going to bring that down to 90% on the audio there. Music. Rocking. All right. Ready to go there with the checklist. On checklist items, we've extended that mega sale there 4 more days there on that mega sale here, where you can get that lease to own, although the seats for platinum are full. So sorry to say, in the next release here on 5.9, the platinum dream pack will not be there. So this is the standard. That's fine. This will still be there, but the platinum will be for platinum members only. That is the one that we're up here running right now, with all of the bells and whistles for all of the filtering, things like that. We'll talk about that maybe toward the end of this, but that offer there has 4 more days left here, and we will get that 5.9 release out before Friday. And if you are grandfathered and you already have platinum, congratulations, you get to keep all that, but going forward, that will not be included for anyone outside of platinum. Make sense? So if you want to get on that lease to own, now would be the time to do that if you want to get the cool Platinum Dream Pack along with your lease to own. Also Apex, I think they've got a few more days on their 90% off. So if you're using or wanting to get into some trader funding, or if you need to pick up some more accounts for your trader funding, Apex has 90% off for a few more days there. If you use our code ALGOBOX, we'd appreciate that. It helps out our tech support and allows us to also get you guys giveaways here on live streams. We have to hit certain quotas for them to be able to give us those giveaways, and we just don't quite have enough people using our code. So if I haven't pushed out enough, I guess, kind of thing, but I really want to push, you know what I'm saying? But it would be great. I do need to ask, I guess. Ask and you shall receive. If you use our code, that would be amazing. Helps out both ways there, so that we can also do some of that fun giveaway stuff here on live streams. And we are about 12 minutes from the US Open. I hear some knocks on the door here. I'll be right back. Hey, buddy.
Hi. Hi.
NQ on the 7. Enigma long on the GC2.
ALGO box showing trades. Every single day, scammers hiding in their holes, wasting your energy away. They're trying to hustle, trying to make a quick buck, but they're just snakes in the grass and you're out of luck. They'll promise you the world, but it's all a facade. They'll take your hard-earned cash and leave you feeling robbed. They'll talk a big game with their words so smooth, but behind the scenes it's all a twisted groove. They prey on the innocent. They don't care who they hurt.
ALGO make NQ on the 7.
Laughing in the dark, take advantage of your trust and leave you with disbelief. But it's time to stand up and expose their deceit. Trading triumph, I'm the ruler of the trade. Without a box by my side, no mistake can be made. Wrecking scammers with my live streams every day. Taking on the market, I'm here to stay.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
Trading algorithms, I'm a beast in this game. No competition, I'm taking names. It's insane. Algorithmic precision, scammers feel the pain. Live streaming daily, exposing the shady friend. Trading triumph, I'm the ruler of the trade. With ALGO box by my side, no mistake can be made. Wrecking scammers with my live streams every day. Taking on the market, I'm here to stay. Breaking the codes, unraveling the scam. With ALGO box in my hands, high in demand. Analyzing charts and graphs, it's a master plan. I got the upper hand, they can't withstand. I'm a trader on a mission with algos in my hand, using
All right, we got about 7 minutes to the US Open. And let me get the chat here on screen here, and let me see if I missed any questions. I saw one question here in the Ask Questions section I want to go through. Good morning. Good morning, Surge. Good morning, Jazz Bode. Vincent, Mr. Ross, how are you, sir? Hey, buddy, I answered your question earlier. If you want to roll back the live stream there. Do I have DVR turned on? Yes. Yeah, if you want to roll back the live stream there, I answered your question you were posting there this morning in detail. Let's see, go into the Ask Questions. Someone said, my MNQ chart, Cricket, are you here on the live stream? I'm going to answer your question on the live stream here. Said, my MNQ and NQ charts have a ton of red and green chart lines across the screen. Do I need to rebuild? So that depends on your current settings. It looks like you have horizontals turned on, and you may have set back to unlimited. You may want to set a number of those on, or you want to apply our default chart template to the chart to fix that. Or if you're not wanting the setting that you've changed it to, then you would want to apply our charts in general. You showing a picture there, yeah, I see a ton of lines, but it could come from multiple things there, so we would need to be able to see, you know, what's going on in your chart there. But generally, if you are trying to set up the way that we've got it set up, you probably want to apply our templates or open up one of our default workspaces. If you have modified the current one without saving it separately, the easiest way to kind of reset things sometimes is just to run the installer again. Just next, finish to the installer. That'll put our default workspaces back, and then you can adjust from there. Cricket, are you on the live stream? Just let me know if you. Hopefully that answers that question for you. Good morning, Pie. Good morning, Meyer. Alpha, good morning. Good morning, Dobby, my bad. Dobby, maybe. Good morning, Petro. Windrider, good morning. Good morning, Douglas. Good morning, Adrian. Fish and Ticks in the house. Missile, good morning. Captain Rex, great to see you. Goldie Charmer, good morning. Santaneco, good morning. I saw you had some questions overnight, Santaneco, on market replay. Did you get that squared, or you still have questions on market replay? In one of my market replay videos, I kind of showed you a trick on getting lots of days of data back in your historical. But yes, as far as that, there used to be there was a third-party service that had you could do paid data feeds for going backwards with NinjaTrader data. I'm not sure if they're still around anymore. I don't think it's really necessary either. MarketReplayData.com. Let's see. I mean, it looks like they're still around. Select the download manager. I haven't used them in a long time, but this is the one that has been around for ages. If you're just really wanting to do some major backtests and stuff, yeah, I don't recommend that you do that necessarily, but if you want to, and whether they work or not, I don't know. I'm here. Sometimes I regret even mentioning or talking about third-party stuff. You know, we can't vouch for them particularly, or if they're going to be around, you know, next week. So if you're, you know, all of a sudden go all in on something that doesn't exist anymore, kind of be problematic. But market replay data is to get historical data, but there's lots of ways to get historical data, so it's not just like there's one way to do that. In general, what I would do is open up the 12 chart workspace and add more days of data, or you can get clever with depending on how many instruments you want to pull at a time, you can, let's say that you wanted the nerd, NASDAQ, ES, RTY, Dow. There's 4. I would create 4 charts and make them like the 89 with nothing else on them, and have one workspace that I just saved for kind of call it market replay data collector. Put it on the 89 and then get how many days of data back that you want. You can do 365 days for a whole year kind of thing. Let it fill and populate the whole chart, and that will load all your data local to go to a particular day. But you really need to like start with, what are you trying to do, right? Any solution and problem in life, I always start with like, what are you trying to do, right? Start there, and then make sure you know why you're wanting to do that, and make sure it's what you actually want to do, because I don't think you want to do what you're trying to do there. Generally, if you're wanting to get some market replay practice in, then you really just need, unless you're going to choose a particular day. So let's say that you were going to go, look, I know that there was a hard day last week. Sometimes just go download that one day's worth of data. But let's say that you want to just do a bunch of practice. You can download like a month's worth of data and just pick any day that month and go to market replay and click on it and just play it. But I kind of go over that in all the videos. I don't know how to encourage people to go through our videos, but people do not want to go through videos. It's fascinating to me. I'm like, I don't know how else you think you're going to learn it. Just go through the video trainings, and when you get to the one on market replay, like,
sell side at 33 million.
but yeah, I do kind of show you the trick. I just go and I'll get 30 days of data, and then switch data feeds to market replay, and then all that data is local, and so you just choose historical and select the date, and you just play it. So I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Reports that Intel announces leadership appointments.
But when you click on that site, it doesn't work. Okay.
Future innovation.
Yeah, well, I mean, reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you reaching out to us? Why are you reaching out to me? I know it's probably because I said, I think I said, if you really want to get some service third party, you can go and I heard and I knew of that one, but I can't vouch for them. So once again, my regrets of mentioning a third party, thing. So, but I tell you guys all the time, like, please don't mention third party stuff, because the next thing you know, now our tech support's got to, support it or answer for it, and we don't know. We don't have any links specifically with them. So sorry about that. Okay, 9.4. I got to get my head in the game here. We got trades on. I've got full auto across the boards up top. We went over full auto Friday, how to get all that set up. So we did that on Friday's video. If you want to go check that out, we set up all the charts. I also dropped the most recent workspace that I'm working on here on the live stream. If you did want, for some reason, my workspace from our live stream here, that's more designed for the live stream, particularly in teaching and training. But if you did want my workspace for whatever reason, it's there in the community workspaces section, labeled out, and I took a screenshot of it. Okay, I'm going to try to take this short here on this Enigma right here with the pink dot at the top of the channel. And let's see, we're currently neutral. All right, there's a 35 tick target, and looks like I'm going all the way to 50. There we go. Trade number 1 and done. That's a pretty easy one. We had the Enigma plus HMD, Harmonidot right there. And gonna take that short, grab the 50 bag out of that one there. The total move was about 91 ticks. So if I'm grabbing target 1, target 2, which I mentioned this morning off the 5s, it's going to be 35 for target 1 and 50 ticks for target 2 on my 5s here. Pretty easy grab there. Normally I want to sit on hands for the first 5 minutes, but when it's that juicy, it's kind of hard to pass up. All right, looks like I got another 23.4. This is probably going to be my trade number 2 here. I'm here in buyer's step. I need to wait for the buyers to step off that tape here. We have a delta shift. I'm going to pass on this one. That just seemed a little bit crazy. Right there, we're at 933. And that technically broke through that Enigma off the back of it here. There's the back of it, and it did break behind it. Got a double delta shift here. And we're sitting in neutral, so I don't have a specific bias on it. So I'm gonna pass on this one for the moment, and we'll see if we get a better play. We're also really close to that open line where I'm gonna call it the nope. Don't really want to take any trades around that. Captain Price, good morning, good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Thinking about some shorts as well. All right. Playing up by that open line. I think I'm going to be able to sit on hands here for another minute on 9:34. 1 minute till that 9:35. Those first 5 minutes I like to kind of let pass outside of just letting the full auto do its work there. Good morning, Martone. Is there any chance you're gonna redo the small account challenge this year? There's always a chance. Always a chance. We got a lot of things on the plate right now, with website changes and updates to the current code. We just put out that big release, huge release, and then 5.9 will no longer include the platinum options. This will be for platinum members only. So last chance, grab. Might want to grab that before that goes away. Got 4 days to get in on that on a lease to own. Otherwise, that will be for platinum lifetime members only on that one. But yeah, we've got some changes to get done on that and some client portal changes. The current training is free on our website if you want to go through the 8-day boot camp. But that boot camp will be behind a paywall here soon as well. So once we get all that kind of stuff done, I can probably focus back on doing small account challenge. We are going to be doing more recap videos. We got a lot of feedback that people would like to see recaps of the day, and then I'll be hopefully showcasing some more of the results from our room as well. People seem to want to see that. Also, simplifying the system. I know it can seem complex. You're like, oh, I don't know what all this is. What do I do with all this? It's actually not that complex, but it can look that way if you are first coming on board. So I'll be focusing on how to explain things in a simpler way, kind of breaking the components down. Because once you know what each of the components is used for, then when you put them together, it makes a lot more sense. The 8-day boot camp is designed to go through the fundamentals, showing you the pieces and then putting them together. But oftentimes people just, as soon as they come and see one thing, they just make instant judgments. Where we live in this TikTok society where if they don't understand something in about 2.7 seconds, then they're just kind of like, goldfish brain, and wig out. But we'll be working on simplifying that. I think that's going to be helpful to everybody. But if you go into the wisdom section, there's a lot of simplifying of the system and stats.
So hearing now
there, and I think that'll be helpful. But we'll put those more right in front of the face, kind of heading into the video titles. That will be hopefully helpful for that, and putting some of those needed walkthrough videos there on the website as well. But the reason I'm saying that is because you're asking about small account challenge, kind of going, I don't really think that's on my priority list, and I haven't gotten a lot of feedback that people
was attacked in
need or
again, we're now just saying that a fire has
want a small account challenge
owned by a Korean
but
shipper,
if you guys want to see a small account challenge, just keep posting about it, saying, hey, I'd love to see a small account challenge, whatever reason. When we do the small account challenges, I generally like to do it as a competition, because we kind of need some kind of benefit outside of me, trading small. Well, I don't make as much money if I'm doing small account challenges, right? So there has to be some kind of compensation. I'd love to smack down on, pick one, get somebody, one of these guys with some following to do a challenge. Generally, it doesn't work out well for them though. Those companies that tend to do challenges against us tend to lose a lot of following or completely go out of business. We put a couple of those companies out of business over the years with challenges. Doesn't generally bode well for them, because once you go ALGO box, it's hard to go back. Yeah, got to be pretty fast reaction here this morning. Yeah, they're all scared, and I get it. Like when they're, I mean, they don't actually want you, you know, taking good trades. They want you to follow them and take their nonsense. Need the trader, and I just think you need the technology and know how to read it. Rumo, long sharp pull back to the upside. Awesome. Hope that works out well for you. I'm on edge when Trump tweets. Yeah, no joke. Anytime he's in some kind of meeting, yeah, something can flip on a second. Yeah, that's why I like to just play the video game. Like, would have liked to have grabbed that 12.1 right there. It's a nice drop there off of that 12.1. That went 79 ticks, so there's plenty of juice in that 12 here. So I am on trade number 1. I forgot to mention that in my walkthrough there this morning, Mentorship Monday. So this is my little virtual card here. I'm looking for 5 trades during the session. I also have a physical copy of this on my desk. That is my original OG. I like the physical one on the desk, but we know to get in people's hands. Some people like the digital format, so we do have a digital format of that as well, and it's easier for me to showcase that here on the live stream. Although if you see y'all see my desk cam over here on the bottom left of the screen, you guys should see my hand waving over my desk here. I have a print version of this on my desk there, and you guys can get one of these in the tips and tricks section on the left hand side of Discord if you would like one on your desk there, and put your own coins and flip those over. Just a vision boarding tool to help you to not overtrade and kind of think of each day as a kind of a section standard operating procedure of coming in, playing a video game. I got 5 lives, kind of like to play a Mario old school video game where you got 5 lives and you want to put the maximum amount of points on the board within your 5 trades. Got the whole poker set from Walmart. Nice. Yeah, those poker chips. I do think several people are using the poker chips for their flip coins there. I've got some gold Trump coins over there. Speaking of PTSD. Every time he says something. Okay, that's a headshot long right there. Nerd is currently red though, so I don't want to. Don't got an easy feeling on that one quite yet. 4.8 headshot long. Just went into a divergence on the 9s, so I may want to flip this. There's a triple crown right on king timing. Hearing some strong buying on the tape. I need to mark up this. We have a big bull right here, and out of the middle of that guy, let's see, 250 ticks to the upside.
Double delta NQ on the 9.
Looks like he's going to be right about there.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Alpha delta NQ on the 7. Double delta NQ on the 9.
Okay, market moving very quick here.
Bull touch high. Double delta NQ on the 5.
Market whipped too quickly for me to react to that 6.5, but we had lots of things on the high time frame to have been able to take that. That's a third in a series. So we've got the tide. We also have on the optimized range, we got the super AO into the bowl there. Big play.
Harmonic NQ on the 9.
Those are those ones I was telling you. If something comes off of that chart, I'm looking for 50 to 100 ticks off of that one. And on the lower time frame, we did have this 6.5 right there, and it's 153 tick drop off of that 6.5 after the super AO on the high time frame. Too quick for me really to react there, and I'm kind of gabbing on here with the live stream. Couldn't quite take that one. Yeah, 10 a.m. factory orders coming up here in 17 minutes.
NQ on the 35.
Use the big $half coins, Knowledge Hub. Very nice.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
They don't want to smoke. Yeah. So as far as the small account challenge goes, like, you know, basically I need a little bit more. We need some motivation to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. We'd have to think of some kind of campaign around that. It's like, really got to incentivize me to go, Vinny, will you please make less on your live streams, please? Okay. You know, and I understand the need and necessity, but I've taught you before, you really need to practice large. You need to practice where you want to be, not where you are. It's always easy to go down. It is not easy to go up. You play big game poker virtually, or play with big money numbers, and then, you know, you go play some penny poker with your friends. It's easy to go down and play some penny poker. It's hard to go from penny poker than to get on the big tables. You're used to, you know, some pennies or a couple dollars here and there, and then you go to some big table where you're gonna be betting, you know, hundreds or thousands of dollars per hand, and now all of a sudden you like freak out and you can't concentrate. But the opposite is also true, that if you start playing big and you know and understand the big numbers, going down to small numbers, it relieves you of that and you play better. So that's why we have the 10x rule. If you go into our chat and type !10x, I'll put that in the public chat there, you'll see a video around that concept that I walk through as far as how you should practice. It's a little trick to improve your performance with a technique for playing market replay 10 times the size that you would normally be trading.
2-finger NQ on the 35.
So I still think it's better for you to see me playing a large account, how you would or could play a large account, and then extrapolate that to your smaller account is much easier than the opposite. If I were to show you how to play small and then you're stuck playing small, you don't know how to get it, you don't know how to size up. Make sense? Okay, we got a DCR here. I kind of want to slap this down, but I'm hearing buyers coming in non-stop. But I would like to slap that down. DCR currently in neutral. Let's see if I can get an arrow here with this. My eye over here on the right. Nice little DCR. Would want a little reversal here, but don't discount those bulls. We went all the way nerd just to hit green for the first time in a while. So I'm gonna have to pass on this one too. So again, one of these very simple filters. I don't have to take a trade. I know we're always like FOMOing, oh, I don't want to miss out, but there's nothing wrong with that. Just wait for a perfect play set up. If things are kind of going against each other, you don't have to take a trade.
Delta ship NQ on the 35.
Nice little HMD right there, but yeah, I'm just gonna wait till things line up and I'm ready to take a play. We do have a red arrow now on the right. Let's see if I get a play back up into this here. Pop back up to it. All right, there's a double dot here, and I'll take a slap at that. Stop right above these, and I am concerned that they launch this into this area. Remember, this is where the bull wants to go. He wants to get it right there, and this could be his chance to do so. We are green here, so I am going to be looking for just a T1 here. Got my thumb over the close. It feels like they're going to push this up there.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Double Delta NQ on the 9.
All right, I'm just gonna close this. I'm gonna close this out here. It had already kind of broken through. They have not achieved their area there. Just a little bit nervous about that. Yeah, we did get the drop, but you know, I'd rather be safe than sorry here as we're going through the morning here. Got got a little out of that, but it technically we broke that double dot. Stop is right back behind that, so kind of invalidates the perfect play setup there on that little tricky spot to play that one on the high time frame. We did have the double dot and the ready DD there, so I kind of really wanted to let that one work, but got a little nervous on it here. Trade number 2 there this morning for me. Winner chicken dinner, up 3,300 on trade 1, trade 2. I'm going to be mentally focusing now on my third trade here for the bonus, where just want a perfect play now. Already got the chicken dinner, winner chicken dinner, ready to rock and roll. And now I just want to kind of push it a little bit further within my 5 trades. Again, it's not that I'm going to have to trade all 5 trades, but within 5 trades, I want to get that winner chicken dinner when I am coming in for standard operating procedures every day, sitting down at the desk, taking it seriously like it is a business. You're coming in here to do business, not play. Good morning, Plutonium. Okay, got a red dot right there on king timing again. The thing that makes me nervous is I know the big bull wants to go right here. Like, he wants to push that in there. We are on the green side. If we shift over to red, be less concerned with that. A lot easier if the nerd's coming with me.
It's been 10 minutes time now at the top of the hour. We see the US factory orders data for the month of March. Month over month forecast 0.6% from the prior 0%. Durable goods forecast 0.8% unchanged from the prior, and core durable goods forecast 0.9% unchanged from the prior.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 9. Double Delta NQ on the 5. Full touch hot. Fib.NQ on the 7.
Good morning, Trader Joe. Good to see you.
Two finger NQ on the 35. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
So in 9 minutes, we have that big set of news. We've got 3 events.
Down NQ on the 9.
They're coming at 10 a.m. here in 10 minutes. It's going to be 3 items. We've got U.S. factory orders month over month, U.S. durable goods revised, and I guess it's core. There's core durable goods and U.S. durable goods revised. So 2 of those reports, or how those are related, but it's kind of name titles of their names there. But so maybe it's just 2 things coming, but 2 or 3 items coming there right at 10 a.m. That may put some kind of crispy shock into the markets there, and we will be just preparing for volatility. Currently sitting inside the fiddle zone right now, so be careful of taking any trades here. You're going to need larger stops here. Then generally they'll be kind of floppy here, floppy and sloppy inside the fiddle zone. Sitting inside the fiddle zone, if you're looking at your MACV chart, we are sitting in that area here. So generally want to kind of wait and take those plays outside the fiddle zone.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Alpha Delta NQ on the 5.
Hearing sellers come all the way through this tape here.
Alpha Omega Harmonic NQ on the 7 on the 9.
Punched in on the open line. So that Super AO, how far did that push? To 125 ticks in there. So we don't have a big bull inside here. So normally inside of this area, I want to see the
In 5 minutes time now.
cross
at the
2
top of the
and
hour,
3
the US
for
factory order
defense,
data for
but
the
this
month
one only
of
needed
March.
one cross for
Seven-month
defense. As soon as it
forecast
landed
6% on the
on
prior,
it, they immediately
0%.
pushed up here.
To get the US
So
durable
it feels like
goods
the bulls
revised
still might
data for
be
March as well.
strong in that
Forecast
area.
0.8% unchanged from the prior. Core durable goods
Doesn't really matter to me.
forecast
I'm just gonna
0.9% unchanged
Look for a
from the
play,
prior.
press the button, play the video game. Yeah, thank you for that reminder, Pablo. If you guys would help us out and move your mouse over to the right just a little bit and click on that like button. Smash that like button with that mouse there. Practice some of your keystrokes there.
Alpha NQ on 35.
Okay, all the way back in. They dipped in that bull zone one more time. They're gonna do there. We just know there was a big bull in here. There's a 1,000 level bull back there from the morning.
Enigma long on the RTY2. NQ on the 7.
Okay, we got 3 minutes 20 seconds to that news. That news, as we know, can change things quickly. Still floating in the open.
NQ on the 35.
That orange dash line there is the
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
over the weekend open line.
Trading could be done by telepathy. The candles are rising, the screen's lighting up. What I would do if I had the algorithm. I double the
Excuse me.
by night and by day. By night and by day. You know that I can read the charts too. I can see the signs. I can see the signs.
Enigma short on the RTY2.
Okay, we got a red arrow. We are on strong buy though, so opposition to one another. So really nothing to do here for me quite yet. It'd have to be an absolutely perfect play. Maybe an Enigma might get me interested, but outside of that right now, I'm not really going to be interested. We're inside the fiddle zone. All right, we're in the fiddle, in the middle. Red over here, green over there, opposition to one another. Meh. The tide is red. Wave is green. So gotta wait for those kind of those perfect plays here. And I'm already, I'm already 2 in. I got winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now I need to think about just a little bonus, and I don't have to be forced into. It's one of those things I want to encourage you to feel like as a trader. You do not have to take a play. You can wait. You can just wait for your perfect play setup that you feel good about. See the play come into things where things are lined up, where we've got our bias direction locked in.
Factory orders month over month.
And let that do all the filtering for you. Wait for king timing. I mean, we are in king timing right now, so big play could come right here. If you force me to pick, I do think that they're going to probably launch it up into this area. This big bull did not get his full target, came close several times. So this might be a time here for them to launch that up in there right before the news. Seen that a lot. That's just experience talking. We got 30 seconds though till that news, so just hang on tight here. Generally want to be careful around the news events, but news is coming out here in about 15 seconds. Nice little headshot in there. Normally I'd want to take that, but I'm gonna sit on hands here. Coming out any moment. Nando, you think they want to launch a 28-230? Awesome.
One spot 5%, one spot 5% higher than forecast, 0 spots 6%. Durable goods revised at 0 spot 8% as expected. Core durable goods 0 spot 9% as expected.
Okay, so let's see as they digest that news. What's going to go on there? So from here into double crosses, that puts it here, here. We are flat in the fiddle zone, like literally flat as flat can be. So if we do take a play here, remember I may have to leave it more space. It's not going to be as crispy.
We have posted the factory orders report for March on the feed for those interested.
I like to use the analogy of a rubber band. When that rubber band is stretched, if I'm going to shoot it at some target, if I'm pulling it back, if the farther I pull it back, I can have confidence it's going to get there. If I don't pull it back very much and it's all floppy, or if I like throw it, it's going to kind of be floppy. It might get there, but it's going to be messy. So those play setups in that fiddle zone, I like to think of it like that. We want to stretch it outside of that fiddle zone for those nice crisp trades. The max allowable on the consistency rule. Thanks for awesome, Captain Rex. Hit your targets. Awesome. Love to hear it. Congratulations. Okay. Back to neutral now. Okay, we got neutral and red. We're finally starting to push outside of that fiddle zone. Good morning, Dilly. Late start today. All right. Hey, well, thanks for dropping by. Do me a favor, smash that like button if you haven't done so already. If you're coming in, if you're coming or going, do us a favor, hit that like button. 10:03. So we just went past that big set of news, and I say set because there was 3 pieces of data coming out there right at 10 a.m. today. And reacting to the AO crosses here a little bit off of that 6.2. Actually, I wouldn't say that's a little. It's a 75 tick response off of that 6.2. Still in that fiddle zone area.
Voice news disconnected.
Uh-oh, losing connection to our news feed there. Refresh the page there, see if it comes back.
Delta ship NQ on the 7. To bring this down to 199. Enigma short on the NQ4.
So we've kind of been back and forth on the nerd from neutral to green. And again, just kind of sitting in that fiddle zone area, just kind of some slop can leave out. We do have an indicator. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one since it's Mentorship Monday. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to right click, go into indicators, and I'm going to turn on the no fiddle zone indicator that will color my background when we are inside of that fiddle zone. Let's go down to no, and then O here. Did I miss it? There it is. No fiddle zone. So let's look at the settings for this. We can change that color background. I've got a dark slate gray. I think that's a good one. Show the 0 zone. Don't really want to see that one. ALGO bar 6s. We want this on the 9s because I'm going to be doing NASDAQ, so I want that to filter off of the 9s. So it's going to apply the 9s bar chart, no fiddle zone, to this chart here. That'll give me some color background for staying out of that area. Oh, you know what? I think I have to remove the background image on the chart if I do that. Let's see.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Oh, no, it helps if I turn it on. I'm like, why isn't that showing? All right, there we go.
Enigma long on the GC2.
It helps if I turn it on to show it. There we go. Okay.
Harmonic
So now it's gonna show me those areas. Like basically, don't if we're inside of that gray zone, then I really don't want to take the play, right? So we want to kind of make sure we kind of wait for the chart to clear, and then I can look for a play out of it. And so technically speaking, I could take this HMD, but that would be a short. Right now, the nerd is green, so just waiting for my filters to kind of line up here for me. Then I'll just take the play. Whoa. Okay. So some kind of, I want to listen in for news chatter now. That looked like
Fib.NQ on the 35.
potentially some kind of news. I'm gonna turn up my volume here a second. Let's see if my data feed can get us reconnected on the news.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7.
It's a 2,000 level bear came in right there.
Enigma short on the GC2.
Okay, 2,000. That's going to be important. All right, so I want to mark that guy up. So recency is key. Which one is more important? People always ask all the time, well, what about this one? And they got this one. Recency is key. Okay, so I really care about what just came in right now. So out of the middle of this, I want to get a measure down. I'm going to go 250 ticks down below. And let's see where he wants to go.
Alpha Omega up NQ
He
on the
wants to
5.
go down here.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5. Enigma short on the NQ4. Full touch low.
Andrew just passed my funded eval on that dump. 3 contracts. 120 ticks last convert. Thank you. Awesome, Andrew.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
Okay, so inside of this big bear defense zone, I'm actually going to color this one red. We have a little bit more time to make adjustments here. Inside here, I want to look for the 3rd cross for the defense. So if they push into it, I want to see 3 crosses of the same color. That's red, that's 1. On 2 and 3 is where I would generally want to build my position if I'm going to play with that defense leg. So coming in here, we're assuming that the bear wants to defend his position. Now, since we had the big bull back here, remember he never got to his target, like barely missed it several times. See the high of day right there? The high of day is that dashed green line. Never got into his 250 tick zone. So now that the bear has kind of come in, the bull may assume, okay, well, he's exhausted his orders. I know where he's located. I'm going to go ahead and make a push to get up, get my targeting, take my plays, and then let the bear take over after that. So this may be the bull run to go ahead. There he goes. Yeah. So he cracked in. Now the bull has made its target. And we've got a super AO in there. That's cross 2. And so cross number 3 is where I may want to take a slap here on in this area. Let's see. In 15. We have a big bull stepping in on the highest time frame up there on the 35s. Super AO on the 9s.
Enigma short on the NQ4.
Yeah, 1800 level bull on the optimized range. That's what I was looking at exactly.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Delta ship NQ on the 5.
Live streaming daily, exposing the shady friend, trading triumph. I'm the ruler of the trade. With ALGO box by my side, no mistake can be made. Wrecking scammers with my live streams.
Double Delta NQ on the 5.
Taking on the market, I'm here to stay. Breaking the codes, unraveling the scam.
Alpha NQ on the 35.
In my hands, high in demand.
So all those colorings still telling me that we are in that fiddle zone area still right here. So having to just wait. Just going to be waiting for an absolutely perfect play here for me for my third play, bonus play. Just waiting it out. So we have 2 crosses in there. We do get a third. I will slap into it, assuming that this bear wants to defend his play. Here comes king timing. Okay, we're in king timing now. Let's see, I'm hearing sellers come through. We're at the bottom of a channel. We are just now pushing outside the fiddle zone, so now I'm looking for a play.
Divergence of NQ on the 9.
Captain Price, 937. Last show, yes. Let's see at 10:30. Yeah, just chilling. It's optimistic to the upside. Yeah, they do start to. I mean, they're starting that grind, right? Okay. I would like to slap that 11.9. Let's see if I can get a Seuss on that. We'll give it a shot here. It's in the fiddle zone, so would need to be able to give it a little bit more room. It's against strong buy. We've got strong buy and green arrow, so both direction filters are telling me it's a no. So this is literally going, well, do you think this is going to call a big reversal? I don't know. Okay, there's my Seuss. Didn't grab it. Wanted to.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5.
You think it's heading to all-time highs? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you definitely win in a grind, do not rewind. If this thing starts on the grind, I'm not going to try to play against it. And it's doing the slow grind thing. Slow favors the bulls, fast favors the bears. It is slow, right? Literally tells you right down here, do slow. We got all this coloring in here in the fiddle zone, non-stop. We got bulls and bears in conflict to one another. This bull actually hit his spot here, so I can go ahead and erase this zone now.
Double
So now the bear is here. 1, 2 crosses. We need another red cross in this area. The third one is where I really want to get lost if I'm going to see if that bear wants to defend his position. And he wants to push it here. If he gets to sink his teeth in. Snagged a 50 off that Enigma. Nice, J-Tang.
Enigma short on the NQ9.
Okay, so super dot was all it took for it to push this up 109 ticks back to the Enigma. We have a 15.1 Enigma on the 9s. So I'm going to see if I can listen for these buyers to step off of the tape. They've got the gas right now. They are pressing it. Here comes king timing here in about 3 bars. Here's a bull test for this dot.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Fib.NQ on the 7.
Yeah, any red dot at 10:30. Yeah, it might be advantageous to wait for those. We got 8.5 minutes till 10:30. We are technically playing through coffee time here. I was hoping, I just thought I'd get one little slap bonus in there, and I really did. It was probably right there. Should have gone ahead and grabbed that. That Enigma, all the way down to the green dot there, did end up pushing it 103 ticks. It's plenty in there, but I just got a little nervous taking that play against strong buy, green arrow, inside fiddle, several things telling me that, but look at the power of the Enigma. Still the juice. You can play the charts completely naked with just Enigmas, really.
Enigma short on the GC2.
Okay, we got that switch dot on the 9s. John, what's up, buddy? Mr. Bergeron in the house. Great to see you, sir. Yeah, I hope you guys had a great weekend. What's Bob been up to, man? I hadn't heard from him in a while. Tell him to reach out, say hello. How's he doing? Let's see. 7 minutes now till 10:30. Like, I'm eyeballing this 15 right here. Like, I've been wanting to slap on this. Just that grindy slowness. Just, you know how it is. They get in it. Like, once those bulls are on a grind, do not rewind. They're doing that slow grindy thing right now. We've got a red arrow now. So if I want to get involved in this, the way I get involved generally is I'll take a Seuss play and I'll grab it for a T1 if I didn't get the initial entry. So I'm looking for a 35 tick bag off of a Seuss here if I can get the right continuation here. Here's king timing. Listen for sellers one more time. There they are. Okay, I'll go ahead and toe in here for my bonus here on a Seuss. Hearing the sellers come in one more time. Gonna go half position here. Hope they're not gonna trap in. Looking for a T1 scenario here coming off. We have red arrow still kind of inside the fiddle zone, so we need a little bit more space, or it's gonna be floppy, not exactly crisp. But we'll see if I can get a 35 tick bag off of it for my bonus. Here, kind of chasing the play on the way down. Finger over the close if I decide to bail on it.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7.
Red dot, add on red dot. We go over that dot, then bears are no longer in control, and I'll have to look to exit the position. Come on, red dot, hold it. So that gray area tells me we're back in the fiddle zone, so it's going to be floppy. Got to leave a little bit more space for the ones that are in the floppy fiddle zone. Setting me up here for a trap. Still red arrow. If we go green arrow, bail. Okay, yeah, green arrow inside the fiddle zone. Into a Gartley. Okay, Gartley did hold. They did react there, so maybe the bears might have some hold. I still have not seen the third red cross in here. Is really what I should be waiting on, is a third red cross around that bear. We've seen two, never got the third one.
Enigma short on the GC2.
Yeah, we got a red dot on the 9s. Look how they're just so easily able to react to those. Any dot bulls are still just holding on. They have control of the charts. When it's slow, it's going to go. Slow favors the bulls. Look at that. I mean, they're just able to hold every single dot on that. And so 15 did not get to its target. Look at that. Missed it by a hair here. So mitigating factors on that play here. There's an HMD. Should have added on that HMD there if I was going to try to take advantage there. Come back to my POE. Can pull half there on the POE. And another green dot, and bulls just holding on.
NQ on the 7.
Hearing sellers. Can we get to the drop point?
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5.
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna bail on it. All right, little tricky morning there. Some slop and chop, a lot of that around there. Never saw the third cross in this zone.
That no commercial
We tried to get this all the way down to that Enigma target there. But yeah, we'll call it right there. We still have about a minute and 30 seconds till 10:30. HMD here did end up blocking, so bears are taking slaps at it. Okay, we are in the bear, back in the bear zone one more time here. I might give this one more shot here at 10:30. Let's see. 1 minute, 10:29. See if I get a nice perfect play set up in here before the bell.
So Tasnim citing the
Time shall tell.
There again, saying no commercial vessels or oil tankers have transited through the Strait of Hormuz in the recent hours.
Okay, should have Seuss entry'd right there. Perfect little pivot.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Hearing sellers come all through this here. Okay, Seuss on that BBI, and I'll grab a 50 tick bag there and we'll lock in right there. There's the Seuss entry for the continuation. Should have got it right there and right there and right there. Could have been way bigger than that as we push into that bear zone with anticipation. Really starting with the power HMD right there. Just a little bit tricky in that area. See all this gray? This tells us we are all fiddle zone in that whole space. And yeah, it's sure enough, it was not crispy. That Enigma did eventually play out. Look at that. Again, not one. It was not crispy. Didn't shoot straight to its target. A lot of dancing around with that 15, but eventually you have the patience to hold out for it. That 15.1 gives you a nice, juicy 151 tick drop, which is what I was trying to get in the game on, and it did eventually let me participate a little bit. Not as much as I wanted to participate, but we'll walk away with about a 5K day. Bots are still open. Looks like they're up about 440, 490 now, about 490 bucks there. I'm going to continue to let those run there through the afternoon and see how those play out. See if they can get to their 1K or 2K targets.
Which are facing
there, I will
risks.
post more details there in the Discord channel chat. Thanks for hanging out there with me this morning. Smash that like button on the way out for me. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. We've got some fun stuff. We're also going to do a recap video late this afternoon, and we'll walk through some of those on review. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you in the morning. See ya.